If you happen to have interest in scaffolding, risotto, plastic seat covers, or even foreskins, our next guest has just the show for you. It's called How To with John Wilson.
If you're not a big talker in general, you can use a popular technique called baiting to get people to talk to you. Baiting involves wearing or doing something that will invite conversation. This could be a fashion choice or a method of transportation. The way you move, the way you eat. A new haircut is good bait. Or you can just dress like a hose.
How To with John Wilson is on HBO Max. Say hello to John Wilson. Hi, John.
Hey, Jimmy, how's it going?
John, well, I'm admiring your microphone, very 70s, and...
Oh, yeah, thank you. This, well, you know, I thought your people were going to send me a new one, but this is what I'm going to have to work with.
And I'm also admiring that neon income tax sign, which I recognize from one of the episodes of your show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, welcome to the set of How To with John Wilson. I mean, I'm actually one studio over from you, I think. But yeah, this income tax sign, I had to relocate it from my bedroom because it turned out to be not as romantic as the salesman said it was.
This show, first of all, I love your show. I find it enormously watchable. It is, I don't think it's like anything I've ever seen before. It's funny, it's a documentary, it's educational. It also feels just like walking around New York with you. How do you describe it? Yeah,
it was kind of hard to come up with a pitch. Nathan and I were, we called it kind of Planet Earth, but for New York City. And I can't tell if that's if that's complimenting myself or insulting David Attenborough. But I felt like that was the easiest way to describe it to somebody. But I didn't really want there to be a point of reference with the show. I wanted it to be kind of a grab bag of all my favorite things, and kind of make it hard to define, because then I think it might make people want to watch more if it's kind of mysterious and difficult to pitch.
I think you were right, and Nathan Fielder is the Nathan of whom you speak, the brilliant comedian Nathan Fielder, who. Yes, it made perfect sense when I heard that he was involved in this show, because it does seem like something that is definitely in his wheelhouse. The idea, you start with a topic, and I don't know if you go back to the topic, but you start with a topic, and it often veers in a completely different direction. For instance, one of the shows is about seat covering, plastic seat covering, which, being from an Italian family, I've been stuck to many, many times. And then it goes, you meet people, and then it goes off into a visit at home with a man who's devoted his life to reversing circumcisions, correct?
Correct, Jimmy.
Yes.
And he's a musician, and he's a very good musician, too.
Yeah. He actually wrote a whole album about songs against circumcision, right?
He did, yes. Yeah. And he uses a really nice instrument that a lot of people asked me what the instrument was, and I had no answer. But yeah, he's very punny too, which I really like. Like one of his songs, what is it? Wouldn't Skim Be Nice? Is a really good one. But he also, we didn't get to record this for the show, but one thing he does every weekend is he goes to a local karaoke bar, and he changes all the lyrics to popular songs to make them circumcision themed. So he's very serious about this, and he goes far out of his way to spread awareness.
I could tell he was serious when he was laying on his bed, and he had a rope around his penis that was then attached to some kind of a pulley system, and you were there with him.
Yeah. Do you have the clip?
I wish I did, but I will tell you, I noticed that Howard Stern's book was on his bedside table.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a fan of Howard Stern. And yeah, I think our tastes aligned in strange ways. Like, we both really like Parasite. But you know, that was that won Best Picture for the Oscar, so I guess a lot of people liked it too.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, I think.
Have
yeah,
you tried his device? This device that he sells to restore foreskin?
Well, I wanted to try it, but when I was there in person, I guess for measuring it, you need to take two different measurements. One when your penis is flaccid and one when it's erect. And, you know, I couldn't get it up around the crew, so I couldn't, I couldn't get the second measurement, so I don't have my own yet. But when I do, I'd be happy to come on and demonstrate it for you.
Yes, please. We must have you back in to do that. There's a clip. One of the amazing things about the show is that there are just so many little clips of daily life in New York, and then you weave them together so beautifully. This clip, for example, is seen on the show. There's a woman with a Duane Reade bag, and she is putting a pigeon into the bag. This is just something you happened to pawn?
Yeah, this was something that just happened in Herald Square. I don't really know for sure what she was doing. I think the pigeon may have been injured and she was going to bring it to a veterinarian. But you know, that's the beauty of the show, is that you can just take you know, just the most perplexing, interesting part of a clip, and you know, just drop it into the middle of a larger collage, and it just takes on a whole new meaning, and you never really know what kind of where it begins or ends, you know, and I really like that about the show. And
I like that too. In fact, I had some questions. I was actually very curious about asking questions about how you make the show, and I decided not to ask them because I feel like the only thing it could do is ruin it a little bit.
I mean, you know, if you want to throw me a couple softballs, I'd
okay,
the
guy you meet in the supermarket, who then takes, who then you learn has this amazing, and we don't have time to get into it, but people must watch this episode where he speaks about the Mandela effect, which is, again, will take too long to explain, and you wind up going to Idaho to a convention that it seems to be running. Was he just in the supermarket?
Yeah, I mean, he was in the Stop and Shop, and I had no idea about the Mandela Effect conference. I mean, these are the moments I live for, and this is why I make this kind of work.
Well, I feel like this show just like happened at the right time. I mean, it seems like we needed this show right at this time. It's called with John Wilson. It's on HBO Max. John Wilson, thank you, John. I can't wait for the next season.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We'll be back with I Don't Know How, But They Found Me. Congratulations on making it to the end of a YouTube video. Why not celebrate by clicking the subscribe button? You earned it.